the story many ways, make myself look small, like I was just a victim of a writing on the wall. I've painted scenes of heartbreak where I played no part, like everything just happened and I carried all the scars. I blame the way they said it, blame the way they left, blame the pressure building on the weight I felt. But when the noise fades down and the truth begins to frame, there's a voice inside me whispering, you weren't in this flame. I wish it was somebody else to blame, wish it was just bad luck and shame, wish it was timing or circumstance, anything but my own stance. I wish it was somebody else to blame, wish I could point and say their name, wish I could walk away unchanged and never feel this weight of claim. I wish it was somebody else to blame, the past, the pain, the fear, but ownership and all the noise I hear. I wish it was somebody else to blame, but deep inside I know the part that hurts the most to face is the part that made it so. I stayed quiet when I should have spoken, spoke harsh when I should have paused, chose comfort over clarity, chose ego over cause. I ignored the red flags waving because I liked the view, convinced myself the compromise was something small and few. I delayed hard conversations, I avoided being wrong, and silence can be just as loud as saying something strong. It's not that I meant destruction, it's not that I planned the fall, but good intentions don't erase the choices after all. Growth begins where excuses end, freedom starts with truth, and sometimes the merest lesson is the hardest proof. I wish it was somebody else to blame for the distance that we grew, for the things I didn't fight for when I knew what I should do. I wish it was somebody else to blame for the trust I slowly bent, for the pride that held my apology until the moment when I wish it was somebody else to blame. But I'm tired of rehearsing lies, because maturity begins when defensiveness dies. There's a strange relief in honesty, even when it stings, because blame is heavy armor that hides fragile things, and carrying that armor has cost me more than pride. It's kept me from the healing that humility provides. If I admit I played a role, then I can change my part. If I accept the fracture, I can rebuild the heart, because what I own I can improve, what I deny will never move. God, I wish it was somebody else to blame, but you already know the truth. You saw the hesitation, you saw my wandering youth. If confession leads to freedom and humility restores, then teach me how to stand here without defending anymore. Break the replay because accountability is strength of deeper sort. I don't want to carry innocence that isn't fully mine. I want the kind of character that's refined by the line. Blame feels safe, ownership feels bare, but bare is where the healing finds air. You can't protect your image or protect your growth, but you can't fully have both. So tonight I drop the pointing finger, let it fall beside my side. I don't need to win the story, I don't need to hide. If I mishandle something sacred, I'll admit it plain, because truth may bruise the ego, but it strengthens the frame. Maybe this is freedom, not rewriting what was done, but learning from the fracture instead of trying to run. I wish it was somebody else to blame, but now I see it clear. Owning what was mine to own is why I'm still here. I wish it was somebody